This is my nice bench down looking over my little Marty Marsh. And see, the wildlife has no respect for the seats I provide for them. Left this little deposit. This is Marty Marsh in the fall. Real cool morning this morning. No frogs chirping today like last time. On the trip last spring, we made a visit to Sven's cabin. Doing some research, I found out that he had a brother-in-law had a cabin 3/4 of a mile south of his. So today he finds me down here in the swamps and come across this little island, which is about where I think it ought to be. So I'm in search of his Sam's cabin. I haven't found any sign yet, but I'm going to roast up some brats for a good lunch and I'll continue the search. There probably won't be much left of any logs, but usually there's some old metal items, rusted out boiler, something like that from the homestead days. It'll still be showing up above the needles. Take a good break here and continue the search later. If I can do that, I know the fire's out. I don't have to worry about it as I move on. A little warm one right there yet. This is really moist, but I don't want to take any chances. I never did find Sam's cabin, but I recorded the location of that little high island I was on my GPS. I know that I could see the cabin on a 1940s aerial photo that I have stored at home. It's off the DNR website. And I know I can see the cabin, and I can see Sven's cabin on there too. So I'll do some burying, a little homework on that one, and I should be able to find right where the cabin location was on my next trip. I haven't taken any time over here at Sven's homestead, but I'm just on a walk through this evening and spotted this hole and dug around a little bit, and here's some board which tells me that this was his well. It's all pretty well filled in, but the building wasn't 40 yards away. This is where they would have come for their water. This is actually a work day. But I like having a nice lunch when I'm out working like this, so I just packed up my little day pack. And my brush saw was over here in the area already for some work the other day, and I'm over and I'm mowing the top of my beaver dams with my brush saw, and got the small saw along to cut a bunch of logs off the trail, so makes for some pretty nice hiking. I really like this is an old logging camp homestead from almost 100 years ago. I really like hanging out over here, so I got a nice bench built so I can sit back and relax while I'm here. It's been a lot of hours over here. Pretty nice setup, isn't it? Bench is made out of big, thick white cedar I slabbed out of a downed tree. Gonna be here long after I'm gone. In case anybody, well, not many come by this way. Pretty far out in the sticks. People used to be here. This old one bottom plow I found over in some brushes. I was keeping the opening open. Just about got with my saw, but saw it and I drug it out here. It's kind of a showpiece. Just a good example of, there used to be a lot more life back here. The rains have finally let up, so I come over to work on one of my little wildlife openings, and I want to take this opportunity to thank all my YouTube fans. I took some of the monies I've earned and I bought this nice little trail saw, so you're helping me out here, keeping some of these openings cleared out and good for the wildlife. The little top handle saw, not for everyone, but really works nice. Only weighs 10 pounds. I've enjoyed carrying around the woods up here this trip. The old pile from years ago hasn't rotted down, and I added some more to it. Got some brats cooking up over here. As usual, I got a little bench for my comfort out here when I'm out here working. Got the little fire going right down here. Got my brats cooking up. They're just about done. Sun's coming out really nice. Looking out over here, my little wildlife clearing. Nice dogwood had come up pretty thick out there. I cut some of the brush off, and makes a really nice place to come out and watch the sunset.